Several months ago, a report came out showing that Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama is not actually Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville from Alabama. In fact, the only property that Tommy Tuberville actually owns, that he claims as his residence on his most recent tax form, is down here in the state of Florida, actually about an hour away from where I'm sitting right now. Tommy Tuberville's wife works as a realtor in the state of Florida. She's not even licensed to sell real estate in the state of Alabama, where her husband is a senator from. Tommy Tuberville actually lives in a home in mid-Alabama owned by his son, whose name also happens to be Tommy Tuberville. So how is he a senator from the state of Alabama when he doesn't actually really live there? Well, that's a question from one of our YouTube community members by the name of Rich Walsh 2239, who asks, how is Tommy Tuberville able to be a senator for Alabama, but yet owns no property in Alabama and resides full-time in Florida? It's a great question, and it's one that Tommy Tuberville himself, as far as I've seen, has not actually answered, even though he's like, I totally live in Alabama. You live in your son's house. Like, that's the one you're listing as where you're representing from. But unfortunately, the Constitution is not exactly clear. It just says that they have to reside in the state. In fact, even that is still a bit of a gray area. So he's allowed to. Tommy Tuberville could change his voting registration. He could list it on his tax forms that he lives in Florida. But still, because he has a residence in the state of Alabama, legally can still be a senator from Alabama. Now, here's the thing. Tuberville has actually been dishonest about the fact that, and this was in the piece that came out a couple months ago, he told his constituents, he's like, yeah, I'm going back to Alabama. We're on a break. And then he didn't go to Alabama. He went down to his property in Florida, sold another piece of property that he had in Florida, and was doing all kinds of deals down here instead of actually meeting with his constituents. So he's already being dishonest about it. And to be fair, the people of Alabama deserve better. I know a lot of people watching this want to immediately say, no, they don't. They voted for this a-hole. They get what they get. Listen, you still got to have some sympathy for people. Alabama is a beautiful state. It's got its problems. It has a lot of historical significance, though. And again, there are many parts of it that are absolutely just stunning. The politics is what's bad about the state of Alabama, because those politics have driven it into poverty, the likes of which the United Nations says are on par with undeveloped countries. Undeveloped! That's how bad things are in Alabama. And again, it's because of their politics. If these folks could wake up a little bit, if they could see that the reason they're facing these kinds of hardships are because of people like their Governor Kay Ivey, or because of their senators like Tommy Tuberville, who hates the state so much that he won't even live there, maybe if they wake up enough to that, they can change the politics and change the state for the better. But until then, they're going to keep voting for these idiots. Tommy Tuberville, one of the dumbest people in Congress ever, possibly. And he's going to keep hanging out down here in Florida and only showing up to Alabama when it's absolutely necessary. And thanks to the Constitution, there is nothing we can do about it. Ring of Fire is just a few subscribers short of hitting that 1 million subscriber milestone. So if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so and stay up to date with all of the latest from Ring of Fire.